In this video, we're going to be looking at how to turn something like this into something more like this through the process of editing.
You underestimate my power. Don't try it.
So without further ado, let's get into it. Before we get into the actual editing, some good editing softwares to use are either Filmora, which is what I use, or Adobe After Effects. So the first part of editing a stop motion actually comes when you are filming it. So a good thing to do, which most people do, is film it in front of a green or a blue screen. Now it doesn't have to be green or blue, that's just the most common colours people use. Just make sure the screen is not the same colour as anything which you want in the final shot, like the set or the characters. You might be wondering, what can I do with a green or a blue screen? Basically, as soon as you have your footage with the green or blue screen, you can then drag it into your editing software. Then you can go to what's usually called chroma key, and you can select whatever colour you want to be erased. Then you can put anything in that background, so then it looks like they are actually in front of something else. Like in this case, this is Mustafar. So now you can see I've got Obi-Wan moving in front of this Mustafar background. But at the moment his lightsaber is only a stick, and we can't have that. So we need to add a lightsaber effect. Now this is a really simple thing and can be applied to lots of other things that aren't just lightsabers. So even if you don't do Star Wars things, still pay attention. This is quite a simple concept to understand, but it does take a long time. Now generally this feature will be called keyframing. You basically get your lightsaber blade or whatever you want to make move like this in a fluid motion, and then you drag it in on the layer above the clip which you've probably used the green or blue screen chroma key out already. You then move the blade or whatever the thing is around onto the top of your lightsaber hilt or any other object every single frame, so then it looks like it follows that object exactly. Now I'd suggest using your arrow keys to find specific frames and also to move it quite well so that it looks more accurate, and then the final result should look something like this. Now the next big part after we've done all of this stuff is to add in visual effects. Now you may not want to do this, you may have even done it in camera while you're filming it, but it is still quite a useful technique. Now this is usually using the green or blue screen once again. Now you can either film them yourself like this explosion which I did earlier, or you can get them from YouTube or some other place, but of course make sure that it's okay. Now putting the effect in is quite like using the chroma key earlier. You just drag your effect in, then you double click on it, click on chroma key, and get rid of the background. You can then resize it and everything and put it over everywhere where you want it. You can even duplicate it a few times, make it at different angles. You can do lots of things, but as soon as you've just chroma keyed it out, it's pretty straightforward from there. Another quick helpful thing which you can use is the masking effect. Now this is a very case by case basis, so I'm not going to show you exactly how to do it because it is different for everything, but you can see an example here. I've used this lava lake. It is now flowing, and in the original image it was actually not. You can see how I did it here. It's not too complicated. You just choose the bit which you want in, and then you just put it behind your character or whatever. And the final thing in your video editing process is the sound effects and music. Now in regards to getting the music and sound effects, it's not too hard. YouTube has a massive audio library of music that are all copyright free, so you can look on there, or you can just go onto YouTube. To get the sound effects and the music off YouTube, you just go onto the video, then you press share and you press copy link. Then you go to any convert to MP3 website. I just use one called convert to MP3, as you can see on screen now. You just put it in and then you download it and then you've got it. Then actually putting it in is pretty self-explanatory. You just drag and drop it into one of the audio loops, and then you can just mess around with it, changing pictures and everything. It's not too hard to do. Just thought I'd mention it if anyone couldn't work out how to do that. So I hope this was helpful. I'm going to be having some even bigger tutorials. I might be doing one complete tutorial which has everything in it, just a really long tutorial. So maybe I'll do that, maybe not, I don't know. And then I've got some other big projects planned, so hopefully you want to see them, so stick around, subscribe to see them. So without further ado, thank you for watching, subscribe to see more, and goodbye.